Hello my friends, thanks for stopping. I want to make sure the wonky earrings stay in place. Every time I do the video, the earring is stuck on my neck, and I want you to know these are very nice earrings and they lay really nicely. Anyway, today I thought I would do a book review video. I haven't done one of these in a long time. And the only reason I'm doing it is because these books, well, 3 of them that I read are, well, 4 of them were absolutely fabulous. I absolutely love them. They are along the lines of a psychological thriller. If you've been watching me for a very long time and you've watched my other book reviews, you know that I prefer more of a whodunit type of book. I'm into suspense, thrillers, serial killer, and I really enjoy a book that makes me really think about, well, who did it? And I like a book that I can't predict. And I love twists and turns throughout them. And these books all have that. So I thought I would start with my least favorite. And it's only in that, I say that only because the book itself to me was a little bit repetitive. Each character you're reading you're reading what's going on in their mind, and it's like repetitive, and they say the same things over and over and over again. And I just think that I realize they're filling pages, but that bores me in a book. And I don't like a book that is it's real descriptive, like she was walking up the sidewalk and the blades of grass were peeking out between the sidewalks, and then she hit the railing and it wiggled from years and years of abuse and that kind of stuff. You know, I'm not into that. Just say she walked up the sidewalk and knocked on the door, and then get to the nitty-gritty of it. I like when there's a lot of interaction with the characters versus a lot of description. And I realize sometimes you do need that to set the stage, but I didn't feel it was needed in this book. Now, that being said, it did have a lot of twists and turns to it, and I did read it in 2 days. So I must be honest though, when that descriptive part was coming up, when it was repetitive, I should say, I would turn the page and not even read it and just go to the next one. So, and I did not lose anything in the book by doing that. Anyway, it is The Couple Next Door. It's a psychological thriller. Very, very entertaining. And I will say, I started to read, you know, in the back of the books when they'll have the next book by the person. I also read this one. This one is much better than this one. This is Stranger in the House. It was very, very good. Summer reads, I'd say get them both. Now, I like the feel of a book in my hand. I know a lot of people love Kindles. I will put the books below and link them all so that you can go and read on them the actual description. I mean, I could take a moment here. Anne and Marco Conti seem to have it all: a loving relationship, a wonderful home, and their beautiful baby, Cora. But one night when they are at a dinner party next door, a terrible crime is committed. Suspicion immediately falls on the parents, but the truth is much more complicated. And that's kind of what the book is all about. Strong. It has some good characters in it, you know, and I say it's worth a summer read, okay? Both of them are, both of the books. Now, the next 3 I'm going to tell you, I tell you, order them as soon as they come out of my mouth. I thought these books were so good, all psychological thrillers, all entertaining, strong characters, likable characters, even the characters you don't like in them, but really, really, really great. And I'm going to look for more from this author because I just thought it was great. And this is called Then She Was Gone. And this is by Lisa Jewell, and I'll just give you a little blurb. No one ever just disappears. Ellie Mack was the perfect daughter. She was 15, the youngest of 3. She was beloved by her parents, friends, and teachers. She and her boyfriend made a teenage golden couple. She was days away from post-exam summer vacation with her whole life ahead of her. And then she was gone. Now her mother, Laurel Mack, is trying to put her life back together. It's been 10 years since her daughter disappeared, 7 years since her marriage ended, and only months months since the last clue in Ellie's case was unearthed. So when she meets an unexpectedly charming man in a cafe, no one is more surprised than Laurel at how quickly their flirtation develops into something deeper. Before she knows it, she's meeting Floyd's daughter, his youngest, Poppy, which takes Laurel's breath away. Run. It's such a good book. Such a good book to sit out at the beach or by your pool or out on your patio or in your living room at night. I read this at night when I was going to bed. I do most of my reading at night, and if a book is really, really good on the weekends, I will sit out on the patio and read and get it done. That's what I did with this book, okay? It just flew, but I did skip over a couple of those pages, so I wanted you to know that. The next one. Really, really good. These books are all well-written, easy-to-read books, which I love. And this one is The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. And this one says, it isn't paranoia if it's really happening. It says, Anna Fox lives alone, a recluse in her New York City home. Unable to venture outside, she spends her days drinking wine, maybe too much, watching old movies, recalling happier times, and spying on her neighbors. Then the Russells move into the house across the way, a father, a mother, and their teenage son. The perfect family. And when Anna, gazing out her window one night, sees something she shouldn't, her world begins to crumble, and its shocking secrets are laid before. What is real? What is imagined? Who is in danger and who is in control? In this diabolically gripping thriller, no one and nothing is what it seems. And the main character in this, she drinks too much, but she's really an interesting character. And there are times you'll turn the page and read a paragraph and go, oh, you know, I just thought it was a fabulous, fabulous read. Good characters. Moves right along, little twists and turns along the way, makes you keep thinking, okay, could it be her? Could it be him? Oh, it was him. Oh, she made it up. Oh, it's not real. Oh, she drank too much. She imagined it. You don't know. Fabulous. The next one, I loved it equally. It is just so, so good. And this one's written by two women, Greer Hendricks and Shari Lapena. I'm sure I'm butchering that last name. And it is called The Wife Between Us. So good. And I'm just going to read this because it tells you everything that I would say. When you read this book, you will make many assumptions. You will assume you are reading about a jealous ex-wife. You will assume she is obsessed with her replacement, a beautiful younger woman who is about to marry the man they both love. You will assume you know the anatomy of this tangled love triangle. Assume nothing. Twisted and deliciously chilling, The Wife Between Us deftly explores the hidden complexities of marriage and the dangerous truths we ignore in the name of love. Read between the lies. So good. Right to the last page, the last chapter, there's a twist. Love it. Love it. And I thought I would share with you a book that I tried to read, and maybe some of you will say, no, keep going, keep going. And this book just did not, I read, for me, if a book doesn't grab me in the first 100 pages or so, it's not going to. And this one here just didn't do it for me. And it's called The Luckiest Girl Alive, and it's by Jessica Knoll. I have to tell you that I am, like I had no interest in reading 50 Shades of Grey. I am not into books that, oh, her loins were quivering and as he held her in his arms or anything like that. I'm just not into that stuff. And I just had a feeling that this book was going someplace along that line. Maybe I'm wrong. Perhaps some of you in the comments will tell me, oh, no, 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 read that book. So I'm not going to give it away just yet. And another book, I'm not sure that this is going to catch me, but Lou actually told me, someone he works with said, if she likes to read, she'll love these books. And they are by Allison DeMille or DeMille. I got the first book. He said she has to start with the first one. It's a John Corey novel called Plum Island. I'm not sure that this is going to be my type of book, but if you have read his books, let me know what you think. And I think I just read something maybe Susan Lucci and him did a book signing someplace. I don't know, something like that. For some reason, his name is standing out. Now, I am reading this book, and I have another book by her, and I do prefer a book this size over the paperback, the little ones. I think it's easier for me to read because of my eyes and my age, and my eyesight is not what it used to be. So I think, you know, I do like, versus this size of book, I do prefer the larger books. And I do buy a lot of them at like Costco, BJ's, and Sam's Warehouse and that kind of stuff. All right, so this book here I started reading, and I am on page 109, and I will not be putting this book down. I love it. It's one of those books that every free moment I get, I pick this book up and try to read something. It's by Allison Brennan, and it's called Shattered. And so far, I can't tell you how it plays out, you know, deeper in the middle of the book or even deeper into it. But I will say the first 109 pages, it has intrigued me, and it's held my interest, and it reads well, good strong characters already, and it involves cold case murders of children. And I really am thinking I'm going to end up loving the book. So I just wanted to share those with you because some of you really like when I share what I'm reading. I do read a lot. I read other types of books too. I read books that really feed my mind, and I read books that I learn things from. But I just like to share the books that entertain me the most. So, and if I ever am reading one of those other books that really I feel that, you know, is worth talking about, or, you know, that I think some of you might enjoy, I would mention them. But right now, I just like to share the ones that entertain me. I think that keeping the mind entertained helps you to be creative. Not in a serial killer way or a psychological thriller way, but you know what I mean. I just like when you can use your imagination to place a character, and you know, when they just tell you what they look like, you see that character as you go along. So that's it for me today. Let me know if you've read any of these books, if you'll be picking any of them up. And do you prefer your Kindle, or do you like to really hold a book in your hand? I love turning pages. So I will always buy books until they stop making them and I'm forced to use the Kindle. Okay? All right, until the next time, have a great day, my friends. I'll see you soon.